What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are having great holidays. Thought I'd take this time to talk about 4 massive events coming up in the arm wrestling world. First event, we got, it's like in a week or a little bit more than a week. Got Paul Italia's event. We got at the end of January, we got Kyle DePue's event. We got the massive card at the beginning of February in Turkey, set up by Engin. Incredible East versus West card. And finally, at the end of March, we have King of the Table 3. So I'm not going to talk about all the matches, just kind of a few of the matches surrounding these events, and give you just a tiny bit more information on them, because what a fantastic couple months we have lined up in arm wrestling. So the first event that's just right around the corner here is Paul Italia's event. It's a pay-per-view event, and I'll put the links to all the events down below here so you guys can find them and spend your weekends like I do watching arm wrestling. Really, to me, this one is about one match. It's about Lachlan Adair versus Todd Hutchings. It's a humongous match. Lachlan Adair shows incredible dominance in the Australian scene, which has been really, isolated and locked up for this whole period of COVID. Lachlan Adair seems to be miles ahead of everyone else in Australia. The dude is a physical specimen. If you follow him on Instagram or his YouTube, you'll see some of the feats of strength that he does in general and specific for arm wrestling. He's incredible. Hasn't been arm wrestling a super long time, but arm wrestling long enough so that he's there for sure. He's there, and he's the Brisbane club is super strong, and he's surrounded himself with guys who love arm wrestling. So this could be the breakout kind of event for Australia to really have Australia put themselves on the map internationally and say, okay, now we're here. Could be Lachlan Adair leading the charge on that one. We all know who Todd Hutchings is. Todd Hutchings has been kicking ass all around the globe in total barbarian fashion for, forever. So it's quite a test. Todd Hutchings is quite a leap. You beat Todd Hutchings and you are, who's next? The list gets really short. So, but by all accounts, this could be quite close. So hopefully everything goes smooth. The jet lag doesn't affect Lachlan too much. Everything comes together and it's incredible. Other thing of note at that event is Travis Bagent is got a match with Brandon. Brandon sorry, I'm going to say your name a bit wrong, Brandon Elsesner. Brandon he's another one of these dudes who, over the period of COVID now, you have to think that this guy is right on top of the pile of the light heavyweight division. Before COVID, I would have said, yeah, he's a good arm wrestler. But now I'm like, he's right there. Like, he's right at the top of the pile. Last time I saw Travis, he was super weak. Like, pitifully weak. Right, Travis? Anyways, we all know what Travis is capable of. Does Travis getting himself back in shape? You really never know. it's so hard to say. Actions speak louder than words, and even though Brandon is, he's a smaller dude by far. He's physically very impressive and super dedicated, and if Travis has been sleeping, he'll lose. Like if Travis hasn't started training, he'll probably get beat up. So it's interesting to see if this is an indication that perhaps Travis is starting to get going again. Okay, next event. End of January for me. I know that there's a few. Kyle's running this one. I think it's down in San Diego, I believe, again. He's a hell of a young promoter, and I'm sure he's going to have a lot of interesting stuff going on at the event, but everything highlights around Derek Smith and Tim Breznin. Tim Breznin is forever the underdog. Forever. Doesn't matter who this guy pulls, I feel like he's the underdog. I don't know why. I mean, I remember when he beat Voivoda. Doesn't matter who he beats. Doesn't matter what happens. Like, I don't know. Tim's got this chronic underdog feel about him. Fabulous, super well tested, lots of pedigree. This guy is, well, it's interesting where you place Tim because he has been active in the PAL, but that's been kind of shut down. We didn't see him actually arm wrestle with as many North Americans. Due to whatever. I don't want to get into why, because Tim was active, absolutely. I think he just chose the PAL route over the WAL route that so many of us did. But for sure, he is, no question, Tim is a guy who could have been in the WAL shows and been right at the top. He's right at the top in North America, for sure. And Derek is on his way. Derek is a gigantic dude who loves arm wrestling like crazy, dedicated. He's kind of taken the steps in his career where he's got his sights set on the top, and undoubtedly he's going to get there. It's just, is he there today? Is he there in a year, 3 years? Hard to say exactly, but I'll keep what I think a bit to myself. I'm always wrong anyways. It doesn't matter. But nevertheless, close match, great match. Talks about, the top of the pile in North America and has Derek broken in. Has Derek broken into that pack. I can't wait. Perhaps the biggest card on the deck, East versus West, Engin Terzi. Thank you so much for all your contribution to the sport of arm wrestling. The amount of work that Engin Terzi has done for the sport is incredible. Yeah, Engin, keep doing what you're doing. We're all in your debt. Incredible card. Wow. It's kind of cool to see like a guy like Engin. I mean, not to say that he's not competitive, because he's absolutely, I think, training harder than ever, but I think you can see now Engin is starting, seems like, to take more of a promoter's role, which is incredible for arm wrestling. Because, Engin asks you to do something, most people will just say yes. So when he's asking all these top arm wrestlers to come together, it's a very impressive card. Again, links are down there. There's a GoFundMe if you guys want to jump in on that, and this event will be covered by Core Sports as well. So you're talking about a full day of arm wrestling, a full day. I'm not going to get into all the matches because there's way too many of them. There's a ton, and they're all like totally premier matches. Ones that particularly interest me, the return of Oleg. Oleg's back, as we know. He just won WAF again. There we go. Oleg won WAF again. So that's that's awesome because, I mean, Oleg at, what is he? Is he 85 kilo? I think he's 85 kilo right now. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe he's lighter. Anyways, maybe 75 kilo. I'm not sure of Oleg's weight exactly. Either way, he's a lighter guy, and before the accident, he was arguably #1 on the planet. Okay, so can he start to creep back up there? Well, I'm always watching Oleg. I mean, anytime Oleg's doing anything, I'm clicking. So that's cool. John and Zoloev are pulling again. Wow. All right. Hot match. That is a hot match. Zoloev versus brzenk. Get that stamina working, John. Get that stamina working. Those. Be careful. Be careful. Incredible match. But, you know, out of all the matches on that card, and again, there's a ton of them, I think the one that I'm most excited about, well, is Artem Morozov. Artem Morozov, the champ from Kazakhstan. He's young, he's strong, he's complete. Dude's fierce. Incredible. I think this guy's I think he's got a destiny, this dude. I mean, to me, like, watching everything I've seen about this guy, he's really something special. So he's pulling Marcio on the right, who is, you know, Marcio is just an incredibly gifted arm wrestler. What do you say? I mean, the guy's been kicking ass for 30 years. Against and on the left you got Cody Merritt, who represents, you know, #1 spot in North America, lefty. But I really think that this kid is a tank, and very interested in that match particularly. Well, that set of matches, along with the rest of the card. Anyways, it's super stacked. It's super deep. I just know that I'm going to have, like, you know, I'm going to have so much food lying around that I'm just going to sit here and eat, like, all day long. And you know, try and train hard the day before so that I don't feel so guilty about sitting around all day watching arm wrestling. And then March. Wow. King of the Table. King of the Table is kicking ass. Seriously. Buy the season pass, guys. Buy the season pass. I kind of get to hear a little bit about what they have planned. And it's like dream matches, guys. They're really pulling it off. Like, the matches that everyone wants to see, they're making them come to life. King of Table 4. King of Table 5. Oh my god. Anyways, King of Table 3. Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. King of Table 3. I'll kind of talk about all the matches because they're all super cool. Well, I'll tell you, I don't know. It's still to be confirmed, like, what's going on with Ermes and Wagner. I love this match. I hope it's left-handed. I really hope it's left-handed. That's all I'll say. I know that Wagner, like, has got some nerve damage in his right, and I just like to see, like, Wagner be able to pull with his healthy arm. But anyways, whatever happens, incredible. Bowen versus RVJ. Thank you, Core Sports, for making it mandatory for me to waste a half an hour of every single one of my days from now until March listening to these two go back and forth against each other. Thank you for that. But seriously, these guys, I think they legitimately hate each other. And it's probably only going to get worse. You got the super gifted guy against the super hard working dude. And how's that going to line up? There's definitely going to be a lot of storyline between now and then. I'm sure you guys have been following the sport a little bit. I mean, you go back into these guys' history. I mean, Rob is like WAL hammer holder, light heavyweight. And Bowen is like trying to like butt in line, and everybody's getting pissed. He's trying to get ahead of everybody and get that title shot before it's due. Rob gets pissed off and says $50,000, but it's got to be tested. And then, everything goes crazy for like a good month and a half or something. And, I have to spend way too much time on the internet, keeping up on my soap opera. And gets canceled, right? Because it's just too messy. And, well, it's on now. It's on, and they're doing it. So, incredible match. I like it when guys hate each other in their arm wrestle. I'm not gonna lie, I think it's cool. Like Sarah Backman versus Gabriela Vasconcelos. What a story. Gabriela Vasconcelos she's the greatest female arm wrestler. Just to make it simple, like. Gabriela Vasconcelos she's more decorated than anybody. I think I heard that she has over 30 WAF gold medals. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Like you watch Gabby train. Her strength is unbelievable. You watch her arm wrestle. It's not even close. Like, she's so far ahead of her competition. Typically, it's very impressive. And then you have Sarah. Sarah's one of those athletes that was so good in a multitude of ways that she kind of got pulled from us, from our little world of arm wrestling. Right? Like, she was so talented that kind of she got pulled out by other sports, super popular athlete. She's got, a lot of things going for her that kind of pulled her away from the sport for a little bit. But in her heart, absolutely, if you follow Sarah closely, I mean, she's been arm wrestling from a young age. Clearly, she's very passionate about arm wrestling. Looks like, when she came to America, she kind of worked through a lot of things to a place now where she seems stable. And if you follow her from the time of her injury, right? Because we all know Gabby and Sarah pulled WAL. It was the same day I pulled Michael. So I think that was 2018. I think. Anyways, Sarah hadn't been pulling a super long time. They kind of called her back to do the match. I don't know how many months she had, but either way, to be at that level, it takes time. It takes, even if you grew up doing it, even if you've done it for 10 years, if you put it away for too long, it still takes you a while to get up to that high level. Gabriela punished her. Gabriela ripped her shoulder out round one. And check out the match, guys. Go to WAL, type Gabby versus Sarah. Gabby destroyed her. But, what happened to Sarah after that? Is it like champion mindset? Big time champion mindset. Sarah Backman has not stopped since that injury. You watch her get stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger in her training, in her focus. Watch her arm wrestle dudes, watch her arm wrestle. She's had a few matches, done incredible. certainly in better shape now. So, anyways, it's an exciting match, exciting female match, exciting top level match in arm wrestling. Anyway, so there's tons going on. There's tons. So thanks to all the promoters out there who are, giving us stuff to watch. And hey, June, after I finish my slump, I still gotta chill out for a while. The thing about a slide is the reason you climb up is to go down, right? It's very important. So, anyways, have a great holidays, guys. Enjoy the dark period between Christmas and New Year's. Probably some of the darkest days. It's over soon. New Year's coming soon, guys. Stay massive, everybody.